Okay, I'm back. I did make a handle video earlier, but somehow when I was transferring the video from my camera to my laptop, I lost one of the videos, which is the most important one, which is the one that I'm going to start covering. This is how to make a homemade handle. First thing that you want to do is you want to drill a hole in the end of your blank. I already obviously roughed this out to a cylinder, and this hole is this size, right? This is just a regular short gouge, so due to the short handle, not all the time you want a long handle on a gouge or a longer handle. Sometimes if you want to do some nice finish work, it's good to have a short gouge with a short-ish handle. So that's what I'm going to do today. So the first thing you guys should all do is, of course, rough this out, drill an appropriate size hole, and the reason that you want to drill this hole before you continue is that I use this 60-degree comb. This is your standard comb, and what that does is loosen this up, tighten this up, and then tighten down your chuck. What that does is it makes this exactly centered on this blank. So when you finish it up, your tool will be in the center of the handle. Because if you drill the hole last and you drill the hole off center, this is not going to guarantee it be in the center. Most likely it is not going to be in the center. The other thing that you should I do, and you should. This is what they call a ferrule. This is another handle in progress, and all of your tools have these ferrules. What the ferrule does is it helps keep this wood from cracking, and all of your commercially available handles have the grain in this orientation, right? So that the load on your tool is along this. And this is same, right? The way the grain is oriented. So keep that in mind when you start to finish this. This is a ferrule that I made. This is half of a coupler. I like to use couplers instead of the pipe itself. This is copper. A copper pipe is not as thick in dimension here, the wall thickness, and you have to buy 10 feet of straight copper pipe, and that's costly. These are not cheap, but you can buy 2 or 3, $5, $6 a piece. Cut it in half instead of buying a $30, $40 piece of copper pipe, right? Okay, so what the first thing we need to do is try to figure out where my pen is, how long this is, and you want this is about that long. If you make this too short, you can cut copper with the regular wood lathe tools, so that's not a problem, right? So if you make this too short or too long, you can obviously cut it off with wood tools. As you can see, I do have some minor checks in here. This one goes all the way through, but I dropped some super glue in there. We have this ferrule, so it should be okay. Alright, here we go. So we have our mark for our diameter. So you want to lay out your basically handle tape. For you brave people, this is perfect time to start skew practice. I am not brave. I want to good at a skew, so I'm not going to do it. So the really good thing about making your own handle is you can make it to the size of what your hands are. I have larger hands, so I like a thicker handle. If you have smaller hands, then you can make a smaller diameter handle, right? Most of the time it tapers. this ferrule is actually pretty wide for this application, but this is just practice. I may not keep this, but this is just for a demo. Notice I didn't touch that yet. So give it a test fit, and I like that. I don't like my fingers touching here, so this is pretty perfect. Okay, so you got the handle roughed out, the shape, and next is you got to figure out how to do this one, right? And this is pretty basic. I'm going to get my calipers. I'm going to take the inside and measure and cut to that diameter. What's going to help, I'll just do this and I'll put it on time lapse. Is when you try to measure this, cut a taper and put it on. And that gives you a couple of chances to figure out how thick your thing is. And when you put it on and you turn that, you'll be able to see a rub line, and that's going to be like the perfect diameter that you have, right? Okay, I'm gonna put this on time lapse. Okay, so I roughed that, I cut that down, and I did make a mistake, but that's okay. I cut it down too far, but that's all right. Okay, now if he was to do it correctly, it'll go on to about here and be a nice snug fit, and it'll be hard to get on. If you do that correctly, there is a way to do that, to get that furrow on there. You have a nice round right here. So what I need to do is to get some piece of metal, or a skew works fine. And you can usually hydraulically press this on, and sometimes it doesn't cooperate, and now it's too late. Usually it goes on much better than that, but so I didn't get that good enough. I'm going to turn this video off real quick. Okay, so after that minor mistake, I did get my mallet and beat this on there. I also, while the camera was not running, I got my file and I filed everything down to make it nice and smooth. Get this turned here. And for those of you who were wondering already, can you turn the power on? I've done it, but please, if you do that, have a handle. If you don't have a handle, cut this tang off, okay? It's not bad. Yeah, I'll show you. Not bad. Anyway, so yes, second choice would be a file. So now you got your ferrule on, your hole is drilled, everything's perfectly centered, and as you can see, this thing is going along this axis really well. Okay, so the reason I didn't touch that is you may or may not want to use this as a feature. Now is the time that I'm going to figure out if I want to keep it or not. So let's go. I'm going to use this time real fast. Normally I don't do this videos downstairs. So if you are in an enclosed space, one of the dangers of wood turning is wood dust. It's an official OSHA hazard. So normally I have a box fan, one's right there in the window, and it exhausts out. That removes the dust that's in the air. I also use a dust mask, but if I was making a video, you can't hear anything. So the box fans blow from here. Right. It's not running because all you hear is a box fan. and it draws the dust from here that way. You want your dust and your dust products to go away from your face. If you have circulating fans, what they do is they continuously circulate that very fine dust, and it stays in the air, and you breathe it in. So what you want to do is you want to get the fan moving the air from over here to over there, away from your breathing area. The dust that is very hazardous is dust you can't see, and hopefully my fans that do that, they get out of my breathing area. You don't want your fan to blow towards you, because then you'll be blowing all of your hazardous dust towards you. So anyway, there you go. Okay. So this travel is actually too big for this handle. So that's okay. You're gonna normally cut downhill. I think that's the first time I'm going to use a skew. And this is quote unquote the wrong end of the skew to use. But it's the only way you can do this. Normally, most people that use a skew like to use this part of the skew. I'm not going to do it because this is actually facing the wrong way, right? And this is Richard Raffin's design of the, it's a radius skew. It's a little bit more forgiving if you were to do cuts with, where you're supposed to do cuts. Okay, I sanded. I figured you don't want to watch me sand. I'll show you real quick. Pretty cool trick here. I made 3 grooves. It's just a piece of wire. This is wire burning. And you use the speed of the lathe to make a nice little groove in the wire. I mean, burn in the wood. Now I find a regular wire, not stainless wire, works best. And yes, this wire is really hot. So before you put it away, you need to get it cool. It's 400 grit. And I've never seen that before, but I guess sometimes you get some burn through. That's very interesting. That happened. Probably I was not watching and paying attention. Anyway, that was 328. Obviously, you can sand your furrow. My wire. make sure you have handles on them. Oh yeah, turn your blade up and move towards. This is a standard-ish skew. This is just tapered a lot more. This is one of the very first tool set that I bought with my old blade. Still use it. If you find these, I think they're actually really good steel. And lots of people kind of frown upon it because I think they're good. Anyway, I got that down kind of small. At 400. So with the skew, it makes a really nice finish. And it starts at 400. Try to get that from. Anyway, I don't think I mentioned, this is Ohia, one of our local woods. It's remarkably strong. Well, not remarkably strong, but pretty strong. And remarkably straight grain. It's very, very, very straight grain. Ideal for tool handling. For those of you that do live here, this Ohia is pre-rapid Ohia death, so I'm not going to be transferring any rapid Ohia death spores in there. More of that grit and shiny stuff. I'm beginning to like this more and more as I'm getting lazier and lazier. So these guys say that there's abrasive in the product and you use it all up like this and the grit's gone. So if you get more grit, it's only just a little dab. You don't splash too much on yourself. And when it gets smoother, then every application, remember this is just bare wood. And only sand it to 400 grit. Some people sand higher and higher. And also, this stuff does work on the film. But do the ferrule last because you get that. And trust me, if you put that on your wood, that's what color your wood's going to be. So be careful. But one of the reasons I put the black stripe there is to disguise it. So this is a regular paper towel. They say you should use cloth, but I don't want to. And it's because if you get that cloth wrapped up over there and it starts dragging you in, the paper towel will break. Some product way down there. Maybe it'll jam on me and show you what I mean. Just alright, so that's basically almost it. So yeah, straight. Very nice. flush cutting saw, very cheap. I think I mentioned before, do not use reverse. And hold the saw there because only bad things can happen. Okay, so we can sand that, but that would be it. Oh, sorry, I'm sure that was not pleasant noise. So all you do now is you figure out where your strong grain is, right? And make sure you orient your flute in the top so that it takes advantage of that. I'm gonna stop this. Okay, I turned that off because all I did was I lined this all up and basically just hit this down on, not this lathe, but my other lathe, a little bit solider. So hit it down and the inertia will drive this in, right? I drilled the hole an inch and a half. That's sufficient for most any tool that you'll end up using. But yeah, this is a very short tool. This is actually a bowl gouge, but I think I'll use it more like a spindle gouge. Or maybe I'll give it away, I'm not sure. Anyway, so that is how you make a tool handle. Alright, thank you very much for watching.